there you are.
Hey!
Wow, let's see. Hey.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Damn it! Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt... Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly!
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-whos? Cool. I'm Lynn Lee Koo, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade.
She's 13, and I know, she looks young, and she is young, but trust me, she's one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
Listen to this. guess what?
Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour, Lynn? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the industrial district, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the administrative district, but I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the commercial district. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the residential district. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the administrative district, the nerve center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley as well as the barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs. And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Linley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here. That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
Oh.
What is it?
Sir, here's what I know.
Listen.
Yes.
Now then.
Well.
Working hard? Huh.
One, two, three, four.
Am I right?
Hey.
One,
What?
three, four.
Well.
And here we are, the Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
I think I can answer that one. So, you must be the latest rescue.
Secretary Nagi.
Ms. Koo. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No, nothing to worry about.
Good. Be sure it stays that way. More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work out there.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here,
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as Captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? She seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until she knows enough to be able to make an informed decision. She seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
She could barely remember her name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Well then, where should we begin? It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations. Their technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No. But we are here, and we are alive. We survived. So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet, and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale. Inertia and gravity took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat. Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think. It's a relatively new organization. Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so Blade was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
Take a look at this. The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers. And of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
Ah, yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Koo, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah. Nagi must really, really want her to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of that Skell. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby. Now this girl gets it. Aren't they just the coolest? Just everything about them. The lasers, the force fields, the bipedal and vehicular transformations. You ever have that dream where you're inside one and it's just transforming over and over and over? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Actually, I don't normally show this to people, but I've been working on some Skell fanfiction. Hold on, I'll just pull it up here 1 sec.
Lynn?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Originally, Skells were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far, so fast, without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a Blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the Mission Control Board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over.
What's wrong?
So this is Mission Control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of Blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout Console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout Console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo. Elma just said that, didn't she?
Hey,
Yes? Yes? Ta-da! The Blade Scout Console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout Console. You know, to get tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell blade without team. Sorta. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you're ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
Listen.
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the tour. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
Am I right?
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chassan, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision. In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
Honey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for? As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part? I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Elma, she can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments. Together, they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the East Gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Elma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe! Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the West Gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
How does she know Arena and Gwyn?
We ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour pro baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take that personally. But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we? Hey!
All right, let's do engaging. Lay down some fire. Move in and do some damage. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. Shadow strike.
Watch me lay into it!
Yes, we did it. Nice work. I'll take the first shot. Make him count. Fire. Shadow strike. Take this. Side hammer. They're freaking out.
Top with them with gunfire! Flame grenade!
Never stop getting stronger. I'll take the first shot. Make him count. Target in sight.
Fire carnival!
Green edge.
Hit him again for me!
Right. I've been saving this one. Shadow strike. They never stood a chance. Nice work. You won't stop us.
Locked and loaded.
Slide. Fire destroyed. Move in and strike. Take this. Soul hammer.
Whack! Got him!
They
Lay
never
down some
stood a
cover
chance.
fire! Hope I didn't get in the way.
You won't stop us. They're off
Locked
guard.
and loaded.
Stagger them with a melee
little
attack.
break. Fire carnival! Soul hammer! Possibly blood before they get outside! Flame grenade!
Side flash.
Wild jam!
Shadow
I
run.
toppled him! Close in!
I'll take the first shot. Target
Make
flash. Shadow strike.
Fire carnival!
Side flash. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. Soul hammer.
Flame grenade!
They never stood a chance. Nice work. You won't stop us.
Locked and loaded. Fire carnival!
Shadow strike. Sliding splinter.
Whack! Smash!
Suck nice. Move in and do some damage. Take Upper hand!
Fire Carnival!
He's so pushy!
Taking him down! Weaken him and let
This one's gonna cut deep! Sliding splinter! They're freaking out! Topple them with gunfire! Side slash! Rising flame! It worked! Close it and seal it!
level up! I think you might cook without that.
You won't stop us!
Locked and loaded.
Shadow
Fire
strike!
Carnival!
Intended to destroy! Move in and strike! Hey!
This! Wildcat!
They're freaking out! Tough one! That's true on any planet. You won't stop us! Engaging! Lay down some fire for me! I won't miss this shot!
Fire
Shadow
Carnival!
strike! Salt hammer! Slide! Splinter! Side slash! Rising flame! They're freaking out! Topple them with gunfire! Yes, we did it! We got him. Let's move. I'll take the first shot. Make him
I've
count!
got your cover fire.
Shadow strike! Slide! Splinter! Salt hammer! Rising flame! They're freaking out! Topple them with gunfire!
Flame grenade.
Side slash!
Taking him down.
Never stood a
Weaken
chance.
him and lay it.
Nice work. All right, let's do it. They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack. Have a little break.
Fire Carnival!
Salt hammer! Slide knife! Move in and do some damage. Huh. Huh.
Side slash. Taking him down. Weaken him and lay it.
He's so pushy! Upper hand! Our guns can still reach him. Finish the job. Rising flame! It worked! Close it and seal the deal!
Watch me lay into it.
Early bird. Now it's my turn.
Flame grenade.
That's intensive. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Watch me lay into it.
Side slash appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. Hey, this! It worked! Close it and seal the deal!
Fire Carnival!
Yes, we did it! You're turning into a fine blade. I'm proud of you. I'll take the first shot. Make him
I've
count.
got your cover fire.
Slide! Splinter! Nice. Drive in and do some damage. Hey,
Trash
this!
shot.
Shadow strike!
Wildcat! Taking him down. Flame
Yeah.
grenade. Weaken
You're
him
on
and
top
lay
of
it.
it now. We're coming to you! Upper hand! Slide nice! Move in and do some damage. This! Let's move.
First shot. Make them count. Cover fire. Low-level melee strike. Wild down. Fire edge. Hook them with lead before they get up. Well done. Lay down some cover fire. Rising flame. Side clutch. Close in and seal the deal. More enemies?
Now, melee attack. Okay, this should tide me over. Shadow strike!
Fire blast! Close in and seal the deal. Watch me lay into it. And it's down. Weaken them and lay
Primer!
This one's gonna cut deep.
That... Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Right. I've been saving this one. Flame grenade. They're freaking out. I'll take them down. Yes, we did it.
We got
fire.
it. Let's move.
I'll take the first shot. Make them count.
Fire! Shadow strike!
Take this. Wow. It worked. Close in and seal the deal.
Now, it's my
Sword
turn.
hammer. Hook them with lead before they get up. Cover fire. Got him. Lay down some cover fire. Power dive.
Side slash!
Stop it. Flame close.
I owe you one.
He's so pushy.
Upper hand!
Got it. Now follow up with the melee strike.
Touch me up!
Scratch tough.
Slide! Flicker! Shadow strike!
Wild cat.
Defensive! My orbs block!
Follow suit.
What? They saw us!
I'll take the first shot. Make them count. Fire.
Shadow strike!
Scratch tough.
Slide! Flicker! Nice! Move in and do some damage!
Take
Appendage destroyed! Move in and strike!
Rising face.
Appreciate it!
Flame grenade. Almost done, but not out. Yes! The adrenaline's flowing now. Hit harder.
There's trouble! Heal me!
I don't want it to end like this.
This is wearing me down. I'm not gonna make
I'll
it.
save you all as soon as I can.
One more hit.
I'll take the first shot. Make them cover fire. Now follow up with the melee strike. It worked. Close in and seal the deal. Watch me lay in. Sliding. Flicker. He's so pushy. This one's gonna cut deep.
touch me up. Sorry, but I'm hurting too. Rising flame! It worked! Close it and seal the deal! My aura's crossed! Slide! Slender! Flame grenade! Got it! Now follow up to Melee Force! Shadow Strike! Fury! Fire Carnival! Giant Flame! Wearing me down. Freaking out! Top of the fire! Upper hand! Take the halo! Screaming edge! Never stop getting stronger! Lay in! What? What the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius? Unless...
Unless... what?
this is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid. The Tyrant designation is given to creatures that pose a special threat in one way or another. That doesn't always mean raw strength. Some Tyrants will actually register as low rank when we find them out in the field and engage them in combat.
But don't let that fool you. If a creature shows up as a tyrant, you can be sure it's got at least one nasty trait or ability to speak of. The system can't account for everything, though, so don't let your guard down, no matter what rank it assigns. Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
Well, all right. I'm game if you are. Count me in, Elma. Let's do this. If we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. We can't just keep running forever, you know? Besides, I'd never forgive myself if someone else ended up getting hurt because we just left it here.
All right. Let's do it. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
They've seen us! I'll take the first shot. Make them cover fire! Shadow strike! Sliding slinger! Off balance! Scream edge! Side slash! Blast smash! Flame flow!
Appreciate it.
Upper hand.
Surprise!
Move in and do some damage.
Hate this!
That put a dent in him. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Got it! Now follow up with the melee strike!
Early bird.
Laying rising flame! Right! I've been saving
Side
this one!
slash.
Fire carnival!
They're tough. Touch me up.
Trap!
Sorry, but I'm ready to. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Right! I've been saving this one! You won't! Close in and seal the deal!
Shadow strike. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Flame flow!
I owe you one.
Suck wind and destroy. Move in and strike. Shadow runner. Slide. Slinger.
We are awesome!
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a Frontier Nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try. Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
destroyed. Move in and strike. Shadow strike.
Flame grenade! Well spent!
They never stood a chance.
Nice work.
We can do this if we put our minds together. You won't beat
Shadow
me.
strike. Slide. Flicker.
Wild down! I toppled him! Close in!
Eight. Side slash. Pump them with lead before they get up. Early bird. That could have dented him. Move in and keep the rhythm going. I've been saving this one.
Hey, lay off!
Furious.
Sorry. I can't seem to get fired up.
Fence is dead. Yes. The adrenaline's flowing
Almost
now.
down. But not
Staggered sliding.
I
Flicker.
don't want it to end like this.
Shadow strike. Rising flame. Now. Melee attacks. Side slash. Come on.
you.
There's more than trouble. Heal me.
Trash talk!
Primer. One more hit. Get down and stay
Fire
down.
carnival!
Guns can still reach me. Finish the job.
Wow! Spin! Stop it! Flame cloak!
Thanks.
Why are you so pushy? I can't seem to get fired up. I'm almost down, but not out. Flame grenade! Wow! I'm getting down! We can
This
eliminate
one's gonna cut deep. Defensive! My orders crossed. Follow suit.
Stop it!
Fire fire!
Push harder!
Salt hammer! I'll save you all as soon as I
You
can.
guys, take it from here.
This is really taking its toll.
I'll take the first shot. Make them count. Fire.
Shadow strike. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Watch me
stop us!
Locked and loaded.
Shadow Strike! Slide and flag! Slide! Wait, you're freaking out! Topple them with gunfire!
I'll take them down.
Tornado flame!
Watch me lay
Strength comes from your snaps. We're true on any hit.
flame grenade.
Sideline!
Flame. Ready. Get your adrenaline going. Yes.
The adrenaline goes down! Pendants destroyed. Move in and strike. Shadow Strike!
Got it.
Upper
Now
hand!
follow up with the melee strike. Watch me lay into it.
Early
Fire
bird one's
carnival.
gonna cut deep. Now, your melee attack! Don't be so pushy! Sliding slinger! Worked! Close it and seal the deal! Side nice! Move in and do some damage. Take this! Yes, we did it! Nice work. I'll take the first shot. Make 'em count. Target in sight.
Fire carnival.
Shadow Strike. Side slash. Use an aura. Get control of the battle. Don't worry. I won't let up.
Hey, lay off.
Wild flame. Tornado flame.
Yes.
The adrenaline's flowing now. Slide nice. Move in and do some damage. Take this.
Sorry.
Flame
I can't
grenade.
seem to get fired up. Trash talk.
Shadow Strike. Side slash. Slide. Slide carnival. Hey, lay off. Primer. I'm off balance. Hit harder. Move in and do some damage. Yes, we did it. We got him. Let's move. Won't stop us. Let's see what you do. They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack. Have a little break. Stop hammer. Slide down. Melee attack. Side slash.
Fire carnival.
Bitch.
I can't move.
We're coming to you.
Lay into it. fire.
Slide!
Don't be so
force.
pushy.
Shadow Strike! Salt Hammer! Pump them with lead before they get up! Stream Edge! Rising Flame! They're freaking out! Topple them
I'll
with
take him
gunfire!
down. Got him. Lay down some cover fire.
Side slash! Upper hand!
Hit him again for me. Stop it.
Yeah.
Right
Top
hook.
of your face! Now, melee attacks! Take this! Shadow Strike!
Carnival. Flame grenade.
Yes, we did it! Nice work. I'll take the first shot.
I've
Make
got
him
your cover fire.
Shadow Strike! Fire! It worked! President Salt Hammer! Hey, I'll never stop getting stronger! I'll take the first shot. Make him count.
I've got your cover
Shadow
fire.
Strike! Rising Flame! Slide! Flame appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. Take this! Side splash! They never stood a chance. We got him. Let's move.
Hey.
Great!
Commander Vandam.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked her to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the Rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akalov and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen, this is their division. Interceptors have one main duty: protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads, they escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigene that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out, everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigens.
Next? All right, prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person. Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigens, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
Yeah, and? We're on pins and needles here.
Then it's settled? Then it's settled?
Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
All right, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.